What's going on, fam? Coach Gabe here, and today we are wasting zero time getting into today's warm-up. All you are going to need is a light kettlebell, something that is relatively light to you, as well as a yoga mat. If you don't already have those items with you, go ahead and pause the video and round those things up. Then you can join me here once you have them ready, and we will dive right in. Let's get it. For our first exercise, we're gonna be lying on our stomach. This is known as a prone angel. We're going to begin by squeezing the glutes, tuck in the hips, flex those quads, reach hands overhead, and you're going to perform a pressing motion, keeping your forearms parallel to the floor. The most common mistake for this one here, by the way, we're performing 5 reps. The most common mistake here is that people will let their elbows get above their wrists. We want our wrists and elbows to be at equal height, which makes this much more challenging. This is a super tough one if you do it right. That's 3 reps down already. Nice, slow and controlled. Don't rush it. Stay with me here. There's number 4. One more time. Hands come overhead. Squeezing those shoulder blades down and together. There is number 5. Now hands come out to the side like a T. Thumbs up towards the sky. Keeping those glutes squeezed and quads flexed, we're going to now reach our hands up, squeezing our shoulder blades together. That's 1 rep. Tap the hands to the ground, back up we go. There's number 2, really focusing on that squeeze of the shoulder blades. Back up. There's number 3. Back down, 2 more reps. Up, there's number 4. And 1 more time, back up, there's number 5. Now we're gonna make a Y position with our hands. Thumbs still facing up towards the sky, reaching both up in 3, 2, 1, up we go. There's 1. Back down, back up. Number 2, back down, reaching those hands up as high as you can. Number 3, back down. Make sure you're not arching your lower back. Squeeze the glutes to tuck the hips. There's number 4. Back down, 1 more time, back up. There's number 5. Now shoulders should be getting warm. Reach hands directly overhead now, so wrist is in alignment with the shoulder. We're doing 5 more reps. 3, 2, 1, up we go. There's number 1. Up. There's 2. Up. There's 3, squeezing the glutes, tucking the hips, up. There's 4, and 1 more time, up. There is 5. Now, we're gonna go into something called our alternating 90-90 with external rotation. This one here, we go into our 90-90 position, meaning we are going to have 1 leg forward, 1 leg back. And what I'm gonna do actually is switch legs here so you can see what I'm doing here. What we wanna do with this one is hinge over the top of that lead leg here with a nice flat back. You get a nice big stretch in the outer portion of the hip. We come back up, leading with that back leg, opening up, swinging over the other side. So we're in a 90-90 on the other side, hitting over the lead leg. That's 1 on this side. We are going to perform 5 per side. Back over we go. There's number 2, keeping that nice flat back. Some of you might feel this stretch through your adductor or inner thigh. That's totally okay. Most of you will probably feel it in the outer glute. There's number 2. But the key here is to make sure that your back is staying nice and flat, and that you're moving slow and controlled through that rotation. There's number 3. Remember, lead with that back leg first. There's number 3. If you find yourself tipping over, by the way, leaning away from your foot here, something you can do is prop a yoga block underneath your hip and perform all repetitions on the lead leg. Number 4, up and over we go. There's number 4, keeping that nice flat back. 1 more time. Number 5, and last time, keeping that nice flat back as you hinge over that lead leg. There is number 5. From here, we're gonna go into something known as a half Cossack rock. So for our half Cossack rock, what we're going to do is take our foot out to the side so it is flat on the ground. The other knee will be slightly outside of the hip. Now what we wanna do is place our hands out in front of us, rock the hips back, and as we rock the hips back, you'll get a big stretch through the inner thigh on the outstretched leg. There's 1 rep, we're gonna perform 5 per side here. Rock it back. There's 2, getting a nice deep stretch, rocking it back. There's number 3, really make sure that foot is staying flat on that outstretched leg. There's number 4, and 1 more time. There is number 5. Now we're going to go ahead and switch. Remember, we want foot flat on the floor when it comes to the outstretched leg. Other knee to be outside the hip. Rock hips back. There's number 1, rocking it forward. Back we go. Number 2. Back we go. Number 3. 2 more. Number 4. Keep that foot flat on the ground and back nice and flat. There is number 5. From here, we're going to stand up and we're going to go into our quad stretch here. With this, we're going to grab right ankle and right hand. Make sure we squeeze the glutes, tuck the hips, hold for a 3 count, and switch. We're going to go 5 per side here. 2, 3. There's 1 on that side. Switch. By the way, if you have a hard time balancing during this, you're more than welcome to hang on to something for balance. 2 on this side, 2, 3, and switch, 3, 2, 3, and switch, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. Really key component of this stretch, by the way, is making sure your knees stay together. A really common mistake I see is folks let their knee come out to the side like this here. Make sure both knees are pointing down while you're squeezing the glutes slightly and tucking those hips. It'll make a big difference in this stretch. Now that is 5 per side. From here, we're going to go right into our hamstring stretch with thoracic rotation. So for our hamstring stretch with thoracic rotation, we are going to bend one leg and straighten the other. If your right leg is straight, your right arm will reach up as you send your hips back here, reaching up towards the sky. So we get a hamstring stretch on the straightened out leg, as well as some rotation of the upper back. Then we're going to switch over to the other side. If left leg is straight, left hand reaches up towards the sky. There's 1 per side. We're going 5 per side here. Switch. There's 2. Switch. There's 2. Remember, the straightened leg will always be the side that you reach your hand up to. So if right leg straight, reach right hand up. If left leg is straight, left hand is up. There's 3 per side. Switching again. There's 4. Switch. 4. One more time. 5. And last one, number 5. From here, we're going to go straight into something known as a figure 4. Again, if you need to hang on to something for balance, whether it be a chair or a wall, feel free to do so. What we're going to do is take the right ankle above the left knee, send the hips down and back with a nice flat back, hinging forward, doing a nice stretch to the outer hip here. Now we're going to go ahead and switch over the other side, left ankle above the right knee. Again, get that nice stretch to the outer glute as you perform this. And switch. There's 2. Switching again. There's number 2. And switch. There's 3. Switching again, keeping a nice flat back here. Switch. Number 4, feeling that stretch of the outer glute. Switching again. Number 4, one more time each side. Here's number 5. And number 5. Now we're going to do something known as a Cossack slider. So for our Cossack slider, we're going to take our feet out nice and wide here. And once you're here, you're going to perform a Cossack squat coming down. But then rather than coming up and drawing that A shape, we're actually just going to drift our fingertips and hover them either above the ground, or if you're flexible enough, you can sweep them right across the ground, keeping your back nice and flat. We just want to make sure that there is no round of the lower back, keeping our torso upright. So we're performing 5 per side. If you're following with me here, we have 2 per side done already. Here's number 3. Getting a nice big stretch to the inner thigh. Here's number 3. Switching again. Number 4. It's still starting to keep the legs up for sure. Number 4. One more time. Number 5. And number 5. Now we're going to go right into something known as our monkey squat. So for our monkey squats, we want elbows inside the knees, fingers under the toes. What we're going to do from here is reach our hips up. When we reach our hips up, we only want to go as far as we can while keeping a flat back. As soon as you're about to round your back, come right back down into a full depth squat. Then back up we go, feeling that tension in the hamstrings at the top. There's number 2. Back down we go. And up, feeling that tension in the hamstrings, keeping a nice flat back. There's number 3. Have 2 more. Up. There's number 4. One more time. Up. And there is number 5. Now from here, what we're going to do is go straight into 5 of our RDLs. So for our RDLs, we're going to take our kettlebell here. And when we have our kettlebell in hand, what we want to do is keep it nice and tight to our shins. So we're going to send the hips back, keeping a nice flat back, keeping minimal distance between the body of the kettlebell and our shins, coming right back up, feeling that stretch in the hamstrings. There's number 1. We're performing 5 reps. Down and up. There's number 2. Down and up. There's number 3. Down and up. There's number 4. Down and up. There's number 5. Straight into 5 per side single arm kettlebell swings. For this, we're going to hike that bell, and we're going to do 5 reps of full on swings with one hand. And 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Hike it and extend. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Park the bell on the ground, keeping a nice flat back. Switch hands, hiking in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Up. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Go ahead and park the bell on the ground, keeping a flat back. Now we're going straight into 5 goblet squats. Hike the bell up to the goblet position, grab by the horns of the kettlebell, performing 5 squats. Down we go, hip crease below the knee, back up. There's number 1, down and up. Number 2, down, up. Number 3, down, up, number 4, one more time, down, and up, number 5. Now we're gonna take our kettlebell, we're gonna turn it upside down, use it known as a kettlebell halo. With this here, have the kettlebell flipped up and over, going over the left shoulder first, bringing our elbows up nice and high towards the sky, keeping them tight to our head, and bringing it back over the opposite shoulder. There is 1 rep. Here we go, number 2. Nice little visit from the mailman. Number 2, back up and over we go. There's 3. Over we go again. Number 4, and one more time. There is number 5. Go ahead and switch directions. Here we go, over the right shoulder we go, elbows nice and tight. There's 1. There's number 2. Number 3. Number 4. And number 5. Going through that primer sequence one more time, starting with 5 RDLs. Keep that kettlebell nice tight to the shins. Send the hips back, feeling that stretch of the hamstrings. Up we go. There's 1. Back down. And up. There's 2. There's 3, keep that flat back, keep the kettlebell close to the shins. There's 4, very subtle bend in the knee. We don't want the knee locked, but we do want it straight. So there's number 5. Now instead of kettlebell swings, we're gonna do 5 per side single arm kettlebell cleans. We'll be racking it here. That's 1 rep, 4 more to go. Here we go. There's 2. There's 3. There's 4. There's 5. Go ahead and park the bell. Switch hands, doing 5 on the other side, and 3, 2, 1, hike it. There's 1, 2, 3, there's 4, there's number 5, park the bell. Now we're going straight into 5 goblet squats. Hike the bell up, 5 squats, down we go, hip crease below the knee, keep your chest nice and tall. Up, there's 1, down, up, there's 2, down, up, there's 3, down, up, there's 4, and down, and up, there's number 5. Finishing off with 5 kettlebell halos. That kettlebell upside down, over the left shoulder we go. Elbows stay nice and tight to the head as it comes over the opposite shoulder. There's number 1. There's number 2. Make sure that when you do this, that your hands get down by the base of your neck as that kettlebell passes behind you. There's number 3. Keep the rib cage down, glutes squeezed. Number 4. And there is number 5, switching directions. There's 1. Avoid that arch in the lower back, keep the rib cage pulled down. There's 2. There's 3. There's number 4, and one more time, there is number 5. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, you have completed a full warm-up. With that said, when you are ready to get after your workout, we have several options for you right here. Feel free to choose a video, get after it, enjoy the workout. We'll see you on the next one.